Good day, shipmates. My name is Nate Jones. Welcome aboard. I almost feel speechless. I'm just contemplating and going over the things that I need to do and I need to be prepared for as I navigate, through the maze life has presented me with, on my way to the goals that I have set for myself. Up to now, we have talked about things that I want, things that I need to do to facilitate those wants. And as a Christian, we know that it is more about our needs than it is about our wants. Not to get into any type of philosophical discussion or meandering, but to say that my wants are governed by my needs, meaning that ultimately speaking, what I want is subject and surrendered to what God would have me to have. So in the end, not my will, but thy will be done, O God. For now, suffice it is the needs that God has provided for me. I'm using my energy respectably, navigating through life, looking for some wants that I have. And because my individuality and my choices govern that realm that is me, I've given you an opportunity to see firsthand how I accomplish what it is I'm seeking to accomplish. Again, my name is Nate Jones. As you know, I am penniless. When I say penniless, I wouldn't really say penniless because I've got less than £1,000 in my savings after having worked almost 2 years in the UK. It's not a lot to show for 2 years. But in those 2 years, I can honestly say that I have grown considerably. Coming from a country, the Netherlands, and I was able to save a lot more there only because the job and the pay that I was making there. However, when I left the Netherlands, I noticed that my leaving was under 100 euros, under 1,000 euros, something like that. So after having been there for some 8 years, still left there with less than 1,000 euros. Which lends credence to the narrative that trading time for dollars, as honest as it may be and as fulfilling to some as it may be, the irony of it all is that you get what efforts you put into. If your efforts is what it is, income. That's what it is. Now I know there are many people who can work a job and do a whole lot better for themselves than just being able to save £1,000 or better. I understand that. I also understand that we can have what we say. The commitment in what we say has enough backbone and stamina and commitment. That with consistency, whatever check we write with our mouth, by God's grace we can cash it with our hands. Having said all of that, I'm at my desk. I have set my course. My plans are well laid out. And I'm ready to be about it. I'm giving you a front row seat. Wisdom tells me that there are some things I need to keep to myself as we move forward. And that's only because in the world of business, the less you share, the less you have to share. But because I'm giving you a front row seat in what I'm doing, you have to determine yourself what it is you get from what I'm sharing. I'm approaching business from the standpoint of nothing. I have less than £1,000 in my savings account, in my personal account, and absolutely nothing in my business account, apart from maybe £20 or less. Where I am now is ground zero. I'm getting ready to flick on the afterburners of my check. But before I do, I will make checks and checks and checks and checks in your face. Why am I doing this? Again, me personally speaking, my mind sometimes runs too deep for my own good. I ask myself questions and I'm the one giving the answers and I'm the one second guessing myself and blah, blah, blah. And, it gets stale after a while. But if I can talk with you, and that is whoever you are, whoever you will be, future references. The trail I leave behind is one that I have to engage my mind to leave you with. Therefore, that extra needed to give the presentation instead of the little edge that I need to spiral. Having said that, my business is alive. They're expecting taxes from me, and I am happy to pay them taxes. because business is business. Now, this is my go-to sheet, my sketchy plan, as it were. Just a tip. I like my plans to be personal, and I like my plans to be separate and distinct. You get on these gadgets and you try to make things confident and comfortable and convenient, but you have to understand that when you use items that can be ciphered through and sifted through, you end up setting up a scenario where you make yourself competition where there should have not been any. Those of you who understand what I'm saying. Personal information. Again, I'm sharing with you. But for those of you that can keep up with me, you understand what I'm saying. I have selected 2 people out of 5 that I want working for me. Type of people that I want working for me is, number 1, people that can respect and relate to me on an honest level. What better time to select these people than when you are broke and you have nothing? If a man or woman can look you in your eye and know without a doubt that you have nothing, and they can give you the respect because of your name alone, I can work with people like that. I have 2 out of 5. Who are these people in terms of what they're going to do for me and what I need done? When you're dealing with your products, you need a marketing team. When you're dealing with your products, you need an ultimate runoff for your money. Money is not the end all in life. The God that I serve he's very humorous and he's very direct. He had already asked me what it was that I wanted for myself. And when I told him what I wanted, he said, okay, then that is yours. The rest is mine. Once I understood that, I now understand that when I have what I need or want out of this business arrangement, the runoff is for God. And that runoff is the passion that God has placed in me for his will. And that is orphans and widows. I have a very strong, hard desire they must be cared for and dealt with. I also recognize that there is a thing called ownership and the privilege of ownership, which really is the responsibility that comes with ownership, blah, 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 and so and so and so. So I need a team for that. We're living in a world where law is not always what you understand. And because we live in a world where the subliminal has first place over the conscious, I need a team for that. And last but not least, the money. While we would like the money to be a one-way street coming in, the reality of money is that it's a two-way street. Both coming and going. Coming and going. And since I don't have eyes that look both ways like that, I need a team. My goals have been set. The marching orders are made. I don't necessarily have to be seen or heard. That's not important to me. What is important to me is that I honor this humorous God that I serve, who is so big, so strong, and so mighty. Because I've come to know there's nothing too hard for him. My name is Nate.